Hi friends, this is Kristen from the Pros and Cons team, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about the pros and cons of learning a new language. I had the opportunity to learn a new language when I served my mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Portugal. So I learned Portuguese, and it was a great experience, but there are definitely pros and cons to learning a new language. So, to start off, some of the pros are that you get to converse with a new culture, with everything, with so many people that you wouldn't have been able to converse with before, and it is so fun. I love how many doors it opens that way. It's also really great to be able to put it on a resume, especially if you're learning a language that is very applicable to the area that you are wanting to find a job in. It can be super helpful. When I got back from my mission, I was like, oh wow, if I knew Spanish, Spanish would help me get into a lot of these jobs that I want to get into. So that's something, is if it's applicable to the jobs you want, it can be really, really helpful on that. But even just to list it as a skill is a really good accomplishment on a resume. Another thing that is really great with learning a language is it helps you learn your language better. It is so weird, but there's some things that's like, oh wait, what is the word for that? Or you discover that your language doesn't have a word for a certain word, or their language doesn't have a word for a certain word, and it's really, really hard. Like in Portuguese, it's hard to find a word for awkward. So it's like you could say it was uncomfortable, but that really doesn't make it, yeah, it doesn't work. So that's something that's interesting and fun with learning a new language. Okay, moving on to the cons. It takes a lot of time, and a lot of times it may even take visiting a country where they speak that language. That was the only way I was able to learn how to speak fluently, is by visiting the country. And maybe after years and years and years of study, I could have done it, but it makes it way easier if you visited the country. When I got back, I took a Portuguese class for college farther up, and it was super sad because the ones that had been to the country were able to speak a lot better. Maybe their grammar wasn't as good because you pick up a lot of slang, but their ability to speak was way better than the people that had never been to the country, and it was kind of a disadvantage for those people. Another thing that's hard about learning a new language is you may never use it again. Portuguese is a hard language. That's actually the seventh most common language in the world. However, there are very specific areas that have that language, and the area I live is not one of them. So that can be a hard thing. If you don't use it, you kind of lose it. So that's something that is really hard about learning a new language, is you got to keep trying to use it. So these are some of the pros and cons that I thought of. If you have any additional pros and cons, please list them below in the comments, and you can check out more on our blog. Have a great day. Bye.